All right. Now, this time, now that I've just given an introduction, we are on the air. Could something else go wrong today? I hope not. I want to apologize to anybody that it was showed up on time, unlike me, and who was here for the start of the review session today. If you had your page submitted, we will do our best to get to the pages that were submitted, and we will certainly get to every page that people discuss in the chat. So now, if you're going ahead and press play, I'll go through my quick introduction again. So let's see. So we are KickoffLabs, and we help make viral contests easy, so you can set them up in minutes and get going. And that helps folks quickly and easily set up refer a friend style giveaways, sweepstakes, and product launches. We've helped people collect over 17 million leads. I'm sure we can help you, and you're going to see some great examples of those types of campaigns today. So how does that work? Basically, you set up a landing page or an opt-in form with our product. And when you do that, people sign up. When they sign up, you can ask them to generate referrals for you. And that works really well to generate additional leads. So it gets you what we like to call a viral boost. So our goal is to make $100 in marketing feel like $150 spent in marketing, because you're getting an additional 35 to 65% leads that you weren't going to get anyway with the standard marketing campaign, or just a standard landing page without this referral mechanism built into it. We do these chats every month to review people's pages and give them feedback. And so we do these chats because it helps us understand what people are trying to do with the product, and it helps us give you then some education, some advice about how you can improve your campaigns down the line. And so even if it's not your landing page up for advice, I would pay attention, because you will learn something from the other pages that we review, because there are lots of commonalities that people and common mistakes that people make that we can help with. So let's see if there's anybody in the chat, first of all, who has submitted their page. Laura Lee, did anybody submit the page ahead of time in the chat, or should I just go straight to the first page I have on my site?
Yeah, they haven't submitted it in the chat. If you're watching, go ahead and submit your landing page in the chat.
Yeah, so go ahead and give an introduction and let us know who you are if you haven't already done so, and then a little bit of background, and then submit your page. So I'm going to go to the first page here that came up, sun drops. And so hopefully everybody can see my screen. Sun drops, stop harmful sun damage from within. So the three things I saw on this page right away, and I think one of them is a little bit of a mistake. One is the logo. Up in the top left, it's the first place people generally look. So I saw the name and the logo, and then that led me to the headline and the face of somebody who's got a hat on. So clearly they're curious about sun. And so to me, this is a great example of a page or a background image that is complementary to the text. So I love that the image is very complementary to the text on the page. But then the next thing I see is my eyes kind of get drawn with this angle of the text down to the chat. And I'm not sure if chat is the thing you want somebody to do first. I feel like you probably want them to get the discount right here. And my challenge to you, whoever you are that runs the Sundrop page, is to cut half of this text here. And if you did that, this form would be up much higher. So, I mean, just to see, if I were to go in here, and let me just open up my little tool here, and let me just hit delete. Now, obviously, you're going to want to be more smart about the text that you cut on your page than just going and doing that. Moves it up a little bit. It still seems like it's stuck down in the spot. I can't move it up, but you want this text and this to be on this first screen, like, you know, around more where her neck is, or somewhere in the image here on this screen on mine, so that you'll see it. I do think you've got a nice big form and a nice big button, which is great. The color, I sort of wish the color of the button was sort of that bright sun yellow color instead of the blue. But it does stand out regardless. So if this was higher in the page, it would stand out. I just wish it was that kind of followed the brand, or bright red to match the dress of the background here, like some of these other. Like, look how bright these other buttons are on the page. The checklist, the icon, the leaf. These things are super bright on the page, and I wish the buttons stood out as much as those, at least as much as these other links here. So that's kind of general feedback on the design. Let me refresh the page because I deleted that bit of text. We all know spending time in the sun accelerates skin aging, but what if there's an extra layer of protection that no one knew about? See, think about how I just read that. I only read this part and this part, and that's almost enough copy to get right to we're giving away early access without having all of this and all of this on the page. So I think you could easily just merge these two paragraphs into one larger sentence or two sentences that would go right into we're giving away an early discount for supporters. And then this section is really where that longer text is supposed to be, where you can add more copy here, you can add more copy here. And it's okay as long as it's nicely broken up, which it looks like it's nicely broken up on the page. And you'll have space to do that. So think about how you reduce the copy at the top, get the call to action faster. Consider maybe not having the chat like popped out as much on the start, so maybe just in the bottom, because you really want that to be secondary, I think, to the get the discount link. And then let's see what happens if I enter my email address. So before I do that, Laura, did you have any feedback on the on this page?
Yeah, there were a few things, and I agree with you about like this top part. I really like how big this call to action is. It really does stand out, but since it's lower on the page, and then these blocks of text, people aren't going to really want to read that, like Josh was saying. And I would like, it's also kind of a little bit strange how we've got left align stuff here and then it goes center align. And I see that like what you're doing with the background image, you're like
trying to wrap it around the face is what I thought.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
I noticed. But I think that's kind of a mistake because it's gonna, on a smaller screen, it's gonna cover the face anyway. So you really, to make that better, shouldn't they have an image where the face is more on the left side of the page and or the right side and the text is more on the left?
Yeah, or I mean, even if they wanted to keep the image the same, I wouldn't make this centered. I would just put it along the left. I would cut some of this text like Josh said. I wouldn't, and I'm a huge fan of white space. I really like how there's white space here, but I don't think it's I think going to be more detrimental for the conversions on your page. I think that what you need to do is like Josh said, cut this down to like one line of text and then have your form here. And I don't think that this copy here is going to be, I don't think you need to make it as big. Like I would maybe say keep one line here and then this same like size of text for this right here and then right next to the button. So that then the button gets moved up, your call to action's right there. And then it's still close to what the discount is, and then reduce this space here. I would just look at, I think that this is where you should give the most attention on the page, as far as like condensing it, making it a little bit, the call to action up higher while still showing the incentive to sign up. I think that everyone, I mean, and maybe what you do is you change this, because I think it's okay for, anyway, but like play with the copy, move this up, and even just move it left align, but it looks a little strange where it's centered. The other thing that kind of stands out to me is something that you might want to look at is you have a lot of colors on the page. You've got this yellow, and I totally agree with Josh. That was my thought, was to make this button yellow as well. It will make it really pop and stand out. But like Josh said, it does stand out still. So if you're really stuck on this blue, it still will stand out. I don't think that that's a problem. I just like how it would connect with your brand. But then you've got this blue, and then when you hover, you've got the purple, and then you've got a different blue here. And then I see like something to do with fruit, and I see there's safe, effective, natural, and I don't see how this exactly ties in without reading anything else. but the colors also are bright, which I like, and I don't think that that's a problem, except that it's another color on the page. And so what I'm like, one of my main feedback is like seek for consistency on your page, and then limit the number of colors. You're going to see also as you scroll, there's different styles throughout this page. And then you see there's going to be this line here on the left, and down here it's centered. I would just seek for a little bit more consistency. Try to limit the number of colors that you're using. Try to reuse like stick with the yellow here, and then have like, if it's a blue, I like this blue color or this color here, or even the purple. But I would say just stick with one and try to use those throughout. I think that you'll see it cleans this up a little bit. And I don't know, I see that you're like trying to pull in this natural stuff, but sometimes just not having an image, just having like a clean background color, sometimes this will make the page feel really nice and clean. And I might play with that. I wouldn't say it's just something I would look at. But if you don't change anything else, I would definitely update this part here and then look at the colors.
Yeah, that's great feedback on the design. I'm going to go ahead and sign up. Let's see, sign up here. So I want to point out something really small that some people don't notice. At KickoffLabs, we in the last year, we added support for secure domains. So you can get this by default. Chrome and Google and other browsers are starting to be really strong about labeling when pages are not secure. And the information is not secured when it's transmitted. And this page is not currently secure by default, like on the page. And so it's just something, it's a small little bit of trust on a page that can be added. But I think, and it's something that we could help with if you used us for the landing page, but let's see what happens if I process. Okay, thank you. Check your email code for next steps. So I don't know if you're using us, if you're, I didn't look and see ahead of time if you're a customer of KickoffLabs. If you are, that submission should just take you to one of our thank you pages, because you'll see that we encourage people to do that kind of sharing will help. And also, like I said, you'll be secure on the page here as well. And I'm sure we've got some great designs that would really help with the landing page. Because right now, where you've left people is thank you, check your email for discount codes and next steps. Questions, chat with us a little right, or email us at chris@sundrops.com. Which is great. You're giving people some next steps, but really, like, you should ask people to share. And it doesn't look like you're doing that. And so I would consider how you can do that with the page. And then if I come back, refresh doesn't do much. Yeah, I don't have any, there's not much else to say about the thank you page. You're basically thanking them for signing up. I just feel like you're missing out on that viral boost, which I know there's some other examples that you'll see today of KickoffLabs customers doing that. So let me pull up another page. I'll go to the next page that I've got here. Let's go over to this one. So commercial real estate lender list.kickoffpages.com. So first of all, go ahead and get this on your custom domain, because it's not going to help you long term to run a campaign on our service like page, or any of the other services subdomains or pages. We got this exit intent here because I went up to the top of the mouse. So you saw me highlight the thing. I thought I was leaving the page. So this is a KickoffLabs feature. So when people are trying to leave, we pop up an extra chance to convert them. So I'll quickly go over this. I do like the "whoa, wait a second, where are you going?" text that comes up here. There's no obligation to get you a free loan submission template. So you're kind of explaining what you are, which is, I like that a lot. But this button with the green, I can't read really easily the light text on the light green. So I consider the button color, like even this, when I hover it, making it start with this darker color so that you can read it, where it says download my free teaser template now, would be better than having the light green. There's this introductory video, and then there's no like name of the company. So I don't know who. It says Lender Matrix and Community Forum. I don't know what the name of the business is. Is it Fountainhead Loan Zone? I don't know. And so I don't know who you are. And so I think, like, the job of this landing page is to say, like, who you are, what you are, why I should care, and why I should sign up. If you think about sort of all your W questions of who, what, where, why, when, how, that you would want to ask. And all I know is I see in big text, like we're almost ready to launch, but at this point, I don't even know who you are. And then it says enter email address will be on the first 500 to get access to the beta platform. Platform of what? I don't know what it is. And then you have this video, so you're dependent on me watching. It's a 1 minute. It's a 1 minute long video, but you're dependent on me watching the video at this point. And most people, without at least some introduction to what it is, are not going to bother watching the video of what it is. And this is just a lot of text. So I said on the last page had about half this amount of text, and I said it was too much near the top. And this is about twice as much as that. So you've got to cut this down to like this sentence plus this sentence, and that's it on this page here. And in the header, it just feels really squeezed. Like there could be a lot more spacing added at the top and the bottom here. I do like that the background image is this blurred image of coins. So it does seem like you're doing something related to loans or money or real estate. So having a background of either that or something else related to money is complementary. And so that's really, really helpful here. So let's sign up and see what happens. So if I've gotten past that, and I still don't know what it is, but let's just see what happens once I sign up. All right, so it looks like, thanks for your interest again. It'd be great to have a logo up here. This background on this page should probably be the same background that was on the header of the other page, so that it feels related to the other page. And then the colors used on this page should feel similar, related. And you did reuse the green, but now this is dark text instead of a light text in here. And this red, it stands out, but it's not the same accent colors that are on the other page. And so think about that. So be on the lookout for confirmation. Great, which is good. You should ask people to be on the lookout for confirmation if you're sending them a verification, and lock in an additional $50 discount. It's too bad I don't know what I'm getting a discount on. Otherwise, I'd be more interested, because I do like the really simple, like, you just need 2 people, like, but again, this says lock in, but it doesn't say how. So you want to say lock in an additional $50 discount by sharing with getting 2 people to sign up, and then put these links first. So think about the order, right? I want to know what I just signed up for as a reminder, what I'm getting, and then what I have to do, which is click these links, and then where I stand, which is this. So just reordering this page so that the links come above this section of it. That's my 2 cents on this. Laura Lee, did you have any other feedback on this page?
Yeah, it seems like it's almost like the layout of the page. It's just not right. It feels like at the beginning of the page, starting at the landing page, if you were to put your logo, it's too large to go. I mean, take this. I think this is the logo. Take it and put it at the very top of the page. Make it a lot smaller though. It needs to be small. And then, like Josh said, have a clear, instead of like we are almost ready to launch, have a clear statement of saying what it is that you're offering, and then like move this. I think that might be this right here, but make it a little bit more clear. And then right below it, say why they should sign up, and that's this here. If you need an additional line underneath, like it might be simply like loan. I don't know what it is. Anyway, so whatever it is, keep it simple, like Josh said, and then just picture like the flow of a page. I see people like creating pages who haven't ever done it before, and just as like a general rule, what you want to do is you want to put your logo at the top, a title that says what you'll have to offer if you need a little more information, a subtitle right below the title that kind of explains it in a little more detail, and then right by the sign up form, this why they should sign up. And right here it's like get access, and you should mention probably like that you could earn money off. It says the pre-launch discount. I guess that would probably work. And this hovering is kind of strange how the text turns to white. I would instead, it makes it kind of hard to read, like Josh was saying on that exit intent widget. I would like just make the green text a little bit darker, And like Joyce said, break this up. If you want to like say all this stuff, you can still say it all. You just don't want to have like a whole wall of text. People won't read it, and they'll just skip over it. They won't read any of it. So break it up into, like Josh said, like 2 or 3 lines, and you can have a video or something else here, and then you can add another image and have a few more lines of text. So kind of like make it a little more digestible for people is what you want to think about. And then on the thank you page, make sure and include, to be consistent, like Josh said with the colors, pull in your logo again. And then, like he said, with ordering the page is what I'd suggest. I would also, and this is a really small thing, I really like how you've like kind of limited yourself to 2 colors. You've limited yourself to the red and the green. I just don't like them together. I would look at, and if you want some help, you can send us an email at support@KickoffLabs, and ask us about, you know, like what color we might suggest, because we could help you pick out a better complementary color to this red. But I like this, that it stands out. I just don't think the 2 colors go very well together. So those are my 2 cents on these 2 pages.
Thanks. So I'm going to go the next page. I'll have Lorelei off. You start first.
Yep.
I'm looking at a site called chargedup.green, or www.chargedup.green. I'd be curious to get your 2 cents. I have a bunch of thoughts, but I'd love you to look at it first.
Okay, yep. Okay, so loading it, first off, I see a background image, and what pulled my eye even away from this big like title of the page was these flights popping up all around different locations. It's what it looks like. It looks like it has to do something with flights. It kind of pulled my attention that way. And then I see world's first wireless charging battery network. And so, oh, these must be like little charging stations nearby. And so then let's see, we're preparing to launch our battery on Kickstarter. Sign up below to be notified when we launch and receive a discount. I would say, you say what it is, but you never say like why someone should care. And I think that you just think that is just all, you know, everyone's just going to know. But I would kind of put something in there. The world's first wireless charging battery network. I would say something like your phone will never die again, or something like that, or your laptop, or whatever it is, whatever the pain is that you're really solving. Make sure that it's really clear on this page. Then going to like the design of it, I'll get down to the bottom part in just a minute. I feel like there's a lot of green, and then there's a lot of like this darker green. And this button doesn't stand out at all. And in fact, the logo kind of melds, like kind of goes into the image a little bit for me. And I don't know if you need these, if that's what you really want people to do, to go to your social networks, because this isn't, all it is taking them to a different page away from your landing page. You want to think of your landing page as like, if they're here, the one thing that you want them to do is to sign up, and you want to remove those things that's going to pull them away. So I would suggest removing these social links. If you want to include them, you can include them on your, maybe lower down on the page, like maybe down below, or you could include them on just on your thank you page if you wanted to. Or you could just save it and include those in your emails when you send out emails. So those are the first thoughts on this like initial page. Also, the countdown timer is set for 59 days, which the countdown timer is really effective when you have only like a very small amount of time, that it gives you a sense of urgency to sign up. But with the countdown timer at 59 days, you have all it's saying to you is like, oh, you got plenty of time. You've got months to figure out if you want to sign up for this. I'll just come back later. And people never come back. So I would suggest removing this countdown timer until you're like 1 day out or 2 days out. There's a shorter amount of time, so there's a sense of urgency, knowing that like, oh, I'm almost out of time. If I want to sign up, I should sign up right now. And then this notify button, I don't know if I said this already, this should be a different color to really stand out. You might want to do some color that's quite different, like maybe like in like a bright orange, or a bright like type of red, like some variation of a red. And then when you on the hover, you don't want it to be hard to read the text still. I mean, I like that you changed the color, but if you're going to go any different, maybe go like a little darker, or as long as you can still go light, as long as I can still read the text. But when you hover, it's hard to read the text. So that's all just on the first part of the page. Scrolling down, let me see what else we've got here. Charged Up is building a network of stations, and then it goes through this. I like this. I would add a little bit more white space in between here. So like white space on the top and then space on the bottom. Just add some padding on the top and the bottom there. It's really easy to do in KickoffLabs. So you just simply add padding on top and bottom. Running low on charge. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like this pane here of 14. My phone's at 14%, and then I can find the nearest chart like station. That's cool. That kind of gets at the why of this. I would just kind of pull that in slightly up at the top. Launching on Kickstarter, and then it goes through that. Another sign up form. App coming soon. Okay, so then you're going to say the stations will be located. This is cool. So maybe, since it's really very location dependent on London, you might want to include that right up at the top. You could say London's first wireless charging battery network, so that they know exactly where it's for. So if someone came in from like me, in a different country, I would say, oh, this isn't quite right for me. So that you can get the right audience who will end up buying your Kickstarter. And then you've got another sign up. So I don't mind these signups. Josh, what do you think about having this is a longer page. What are your thoughts in general on including a sign up in the middle here and at the bottom?
I don't mind it. The one at the bottom, it's just some of the design things of it. Like I feel like it'd be cleaner if the one that was there at the bottom wasn't inside the image, but kind of on its own line or in its own black section, because I feel like there's this really cool product shot that's being obscured by the form in that case. Like it's a team/product shot, and it just feels really obscure, and it'd be better if it just had its own space, because if you're going to go long, you might as well just go really long and give that setup form its own little section and add some more padding above the footer there. To help break things up and add to the clarity of the image there. Because it's a really neat image and a neat product and a neat shot. I feel like some of it gets a little bit lost on this page.
Yeah, I agree. Really cool image. I think that the way that you're presenting yourself, it could be just slightly improved with some design updates here. But I also am seeing on the shirt here this nice logo that you have, and I don't see that on the page. I just see this flat one, which is nice to have a flat logo on the landing page. But anyway, yeah, I think that also the design, this green color, whatever color you choose to do complementary here, so it stands out, would look better if you do that here, because it just kind of gets lost in the page. It doesn't stand out. And like Josh was saying, even here, if you added a little bit more space, a little bit more white space in between the here and here, so it's on its own row, I think it will help it stand out too, especially if you do a different color button. And then also, like Josh mentioned, little details in the button, in the forms, make sure if you're going to do a square input, do a square button. If you want the rounded look, make sure make your input rounded as well. Just try to be consistent with what you're doing. And also the sizes are different down here. This one's bigger than this one. So try to be a little bit more consistent there.
Yeah, all the pieces are here for a really great landing page. It's just, I think it just needs a little bit of cleanup to be fantastic on the page. And I think I agree with everything Rory said about making it more readable, getting rid of the distractions, and adding a little bit. It's a long page, but just add a little bit more space. It feels really squeezed. That I'll second that feedback. And then I agree with her about explaining a little bit more about the what. I don't understand world's first wireless charging battery network. To me, as a customer, that does nothing for me. But she said, never have a dead phone again. That does something for me, right? Never, don't worry about charge anxiety or battery anxiety, whatever it's called these days, ever again. That does something for a customer, and this image, running low on a charge, find the nearest station, this image could get cleaned up a little bit. This headline could be, take this and put it on this side of the image and make the text stand out more. Yeah, just lots of small little things like that would make a huge difference. This text on top of the image is really hard to read. I think Lorelei kind of covered some of this stuff. I like the social proof section, like, you know, places that support charged up, like it's like, oh, logos I recognize. But maybe if these were gray and weren't colorful, like there's a lot of times you see this and it's just a grayed out version of the logos.
Yeah, I agree. Like graying those out is a great idea.
So let's go ahead and sign up and see what happens next.
Also, I just got the accent intent widget, and it says, don't leave just yet. Sign up today and you'll get 1 month free access to the network, which is really cool. I didn't know that until I saw this accent intent widget. So that's a great incentive for someone to sign up. I would say, like, yeah, make your headline something that explains the pain, never have a dead phone again. And then instead of saying we're preparing to launch launch, just say something like, sign up to get your first month free when we launch.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's a great incentive and it should be right on this page.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and sign up. I like the consistency of using the same image. It's kind of distracting though. Keeps pulling your attention there. Invite friends and earn amazing rewards. This is like our default text. I would say earn, what is it? Free access, something like that. Invite friends and earn free access. So if you refer one friend, you get 1 month free. If you refer 3 friends, you get 6 months free. If you refer 10 friends, you get a free charged up battery. And if you refer 25 friends, you get lifetime network access. I think that these are awesome rewards. I think they're very digestible. You understand exactly what you're getting. The incentives are very clear. I would change, the only thing, like I really like this the way it is. The only thought or suggestion I have are these links down, these social icons down here, these social links. It feels out of place because they're blue. I would just update them to be, maybe this light color, the green color that you have here. But and then you have more down on the footer. I don't know if you need those, but anyway, that's my only thought. I think this is great. Josh, do you have any feedback for this?
Yeah, so I would take this page. I'd have the logo you do on the first page on this page.
Yeah.
I always say like invite friends and earn, free charges or something instead of amazing rewards, like earn some free charges or free battery time or something, whatever you want to call it. Like just being more specific. And then I'm not a huge fan. I didn't catch, did you say this? I'm not a huge fan of like this dark inside the green. Like I feel like this box would be better if it was just white with the text with just the blue, green circle on the accent here to call attention to it. I'm just not a fan of the way the color looks with the social link colors here. And then again, yeah, you've literally pointed out you've got these social links here, but you've got them down here. So maybe just pick one, and I would just pick down in this lower left corner here instead of being right below here.
Me too.
On the page. Otherwise, like it's a clear, explainable, like easy to understand giveaway on this page. Like you're pretty clear about what you're getting, and I like where the numbers are at. Like it's really simple to get 1 month free access with one point. It's really simple to get 6 months with 3, and then you scale up like 10 and then 25. I like the way that the rewards scale up there. I think it's really well thought out in terms of the rewards there. All right, let's see. So some other pages. I've got time for like one more page we'll do today. What page do I want to do? I'm gonna do this page. So this is actually, no, I'll skip that one. We'll do Fresh Fit Box. Let's do freshfitbox.com. So freshfitbox.com. Fresh Fit Box is coming. The world's best fitness subscription, probably exclusive. I'm not sure why you need. I guess you're being cute. Like I'm not sure why the word probably should be there or needs to be there. It seems a little off to be saying probably. It says exclusively for women, packed with premium fitness apparel. Fall in love with these brands. So couple things here. This text stands out really well, like fresh fit boxes coming, the world's best fitness subscription. I would just take out the word probably, or if you want to be, if you don't want to brag that much, you could just say the world's best fitness subscription exclusively for women in the top line. And it's a little bit weird to me how this is left aligned, all of this stuff, when I think it could all be center aligned over the form, because the form down here is center aligned. So if this fresh fit box is coming was center aligned on the page, and let's see, if I didn't have much luck with this earlier today, but if I were to take this and say, let's see, center like that, and I center this, and I said inspect, and I say for women. Here, let's see, the world's best fitness for women, and then we get rid of, let's see, packed with fitness. So if I take some of this text, or I say exclusively for women, I get rid of this whole list here, and I say you add that here. So if this is then, packed with ignore what I'm going to say. I'm going to say packed with great stuff, just to get the point that you can fit this text here. Register for 10% discount and early access, and then we change this to being a white text so you can read it on this page. Oops, that's gray. There's be a white text here. Get a white. There we go. So I changed that to a white text, and it's just a little bit cleaner on the page. The next thing about it is I really don't, I feel like you could have some more space at the top of the page, and there's all this space here. And if you're not going to have anything in the white space here, why not just have this be a full screen image? So we have some themes and some templates where this is a full screen in here. So this image would take up the whole section, which is what I would do, and then you'd center this whole form inside that full screen template, and I think it would look really fantastic and simple. So then if I sign up, Lily, before I sign up, did you have any feedback? That's where I'm going with, is I would just center this one line of, 2 lines of text below that and the full screen image, and I think this would be really simple.
I love those changes you made. And I think the other thing that stands out to me is I was playing with it myself. It feels a little bit strange, the blue. Let me just refresh this. But this blue in behind the text, I feel like I don't know. It looks a little bit strange to me. With like no pat. I don't know. I don't love it. What I would consider doing is, if you want to use this fresh being a dark text, and then the fit box is coming being white, or like the suggestions that Josh had to fix this, consider, instead of making this a black background, consider making it a light blue, like this light blue that you have as the background color instead of that, and then you don't have to put this blue behind. That's the only thing that kind of stands out to me. And then you'll want to make your button different color, kind of like a bright warm color, because all of this is kind of like, these colors are all kind of cold. So something in the orange red spectrum, something along there. And the last thing that kind of makes me look at the design itself is you're asking for the first name, the last name, and then the email. I don't love inline forms when there's multiple things you're asking for. If you're just asking for 1 or maybe 2, I think it's okay. But once you get to 3, the inline form I don't think works really well, or at least I don't like the way it looks. But also you just need to ask yourself, do you really need the first name and the last name? Can you just ask for the first name? I don't know what you would be using the last name for, or why you would need it immediately.
Yeah, if you're not asking for someone's credit card, they're not placing an order. I have a hard time understanding why most people, if they would ask for a last name at this point in the process, because you obviously need it if somebody's going to place an order, but at that point they're so committed, they're giving you their credit card number, they're going to be happy to give you your last name. Yep. But it's just one thing where maybe I'm not willing to give you my last name. It feels a little bit private, where I would be happy just to give you my email and my first name.
Yep.
So let me sign up here and see what happens next. All right, so it takes you to a thank you page. So you have a KickoffLabs domain on the first one where the page is running. This could also be on the domain, but you can kind of see it's not running on the domain. So you could have it as /thanks. And so I think that would make it nicer if it was running on the same domain. This image looks like it's contained within this section. It could be the full screen, just like the image on the first screen I'm suggesting should be full screen. It would look nicer. Then you're asking, it's really simple, want a free box, register 2 friends, links below for a chance to win a free box. It's really simple. I like the other example we looked at where it had the progress bar. I would put the progress bar in this space, like want the free box, do the progress bar, and there you go. People can go from there. Otherwise, I mean, I do like the simplicity of the campaign. I do like the simplicity of the text, and that you're telling people they're getting the early access. I do notice here you've got a really cool like logo with the splatter effect, this fresh fit logo with the splatter effect that's on the boxed product. And I really wish, like, why not just use that logo on this page instead of this blue with the white where you're trying to make it look with that text. But I think you could actually just use that logo on the page and it would look really fantastic.
I think so too.
Because you've got a really nice strong brand and some colors here. And I think if you just pulled some of this design that's on the box sample and on the other page in, it would look really great. So that's all the feedback I've got. We are about out of time. I want to thank anybody watching this video for watching. If you like the suggestions, don't like the suggestions, let us know. support@kickofflabs.com. And I'm Josh, and Laura Lee has been with me giving great advice. And check out, if you haven't and you're watching the video and you're not a customer yet, check out kickofflabs.com and let us know what you think and how you could use our product to make your campaign more viral, get more leads, and what kind of things you could give away to really engage your customers with a cool contest. All right, have a great day, everyone. And I'll talk to you guys next time.